into this topic because this topic is near and dear to my heart. So, you know, before you have kids, people always seem to want to ask questions. Before you have kids, people always seem to want to ask questions like, see, this is why I don't get on social media. People sending me DMs. People, before you have kids, people always seem to want to ask the question, when are you going to have a baby? This question is absolutely the most annoying question that I have ever been asked in my life. Like, it makes, it really legit makes my blood boil. I hate it. I think it's rude. I think it's intrusive. And I think when people ask that question, they don't think about how you feel when they ask the question. They just say, when you gonna have a baby? So, backstory. Before Carter, I was everybody's godmom, right? I always had somebody's kid. I always was somebody's godmom. I just love kids. I love kids. If I could have a million kids, I take that back. I just love kids, and I think that's why I'm an educator and why I'm in elementary school. But I love kids. I've always been like a nurturer when it came to taking care of kids and just doing things for kids, right? So before Carter, like his dad and I were together for a long time, and finally, um, probably about year 5 of us being together through a few entanglements, we people started asking all the time. And if you guys see me looking, I'm looking at Facebook too because I'm on. Oh, they just took me down. They would ask me all the time, like, when y'all gonna have a baby? What you waiting for? And why? Why are you asking me this question? Like, this is legit none of your business. But they asked the question. It was the when y'all going. First of all, why are you asking me when I'm going to have a baby? Why when you ask when are we going to get married? Because that would be the right thing to do, right? So why when you ask that question immediately when you're in a long term relationship or the relationship with someone, people automatically expect that you are going to have a baby. What if I want a baby? What if I can't have a baby? Like, people don't understand that is like the rudest thing that you could possibly ask. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I was one. I would ask people that question. Like, I would ask people like, "Oh, when you gonna have a baby?" And then when people started asking me when I was gonna have a baby, and I felt that pain. Like, well, I'll get into what I felt, but when I realized like how that made me feel, I was like, dang, Janae, you gotta stop asking people that because that's just that's not cool because you really don't know what the person that you're asking is going through, and I really honestly don't think that people take into consideration like what is somebody going through. You don't know if they're going through fertility, like any infertility issues, if they just had a miscarriage. Like I said, if they don't want kids, if they're trying and it's just not happening. So I just feel like, we as women really have to be aware of other females. And I know we get a lot of times people are like, I don't care what they think. I'm asked the question like that. We honestly, it's just rude and it's just inappropriate, you know. But it's just like you have to do better. You have to do better. So the question came from. It didn't just come from strangers. the I think the hardest part about the question is that it would come from family members, right? So you at a cookout and your auntie, girl, when you gonna have a baby? Or at a family reunion, when you gonna have a baby? That question just kept popping up over and over and over again. Now, number one, when the question is asked, I'm in my 20s. Did I want kids? Yes, I did. But I was in my 20s. Like, I was trying to party and do things and just be out in the streets and having a good old time. So I really wasn't thinking about kids when I was in my 20s. Um, but it was just like, when does it stop? Like, y'all just gonna keep asking this question. Yes, Keeley, I'm gonna touch on that. So, and I'm glad Keeley brought that up because now that I have Carter, it's when y'all gonna have another when you not when y'all when you gonna have another baby, or this one you had, and to my boy mom. Oh, you got a little boy. Don't you want a little girl? No, I don't. I don't want a little girl. I'm happy with the one child that I have that I can afford. Like, oh, Jada said hi. Hey, Jada. But it's just always, and it's not even just the question of when you're going to have a baby. It's people being intrusive. Like, ooh, that I'm telling y'all, that burns my soul. Like, I know somebody who just says, like, they I'm trying to figure out, maybe they don't think before they speak because they blurt out the most annoying, intrusive questions that you can ask somebody. With, yes, Sydney, it is definitely intrusive. Like, I just don't understand. So every time, like, I was asked the question, I became annoyed. And the older like, when they asked me in my 20s and before I was married, the older, it was okay. But the older that I got, the more annoying it became. And it put a lot of pressure. I feel like it put a lot of pressure on me to start thinking about, okay, well, Janae, you have this man you've been with for X amount of years. So you need to go ahead and get ready to have a baby. And it just was like, that was the expectation. And that's what, that I was supposed to do. And I was a little crazy thinking that as I think back, I think that I was a little crazy to even be like, to play into what they were saying. Like, I wasn't ready. God knew I wasn't ready because I didn't have any kids at 20. But what about the people who had kids in their 20s and felt pressure because everybody was asking that question? It's a lot of pressure, and so I went through my 20s and people asking that question and asking me over and over and over again. And then when I decided to get married, um, and I can't, and this is a transparent moment, but when I decided to get married, a lot of people were, like, oh, y'all get married. So when you're having a baby, we're not married yet. You might want to hold on, type of thing. So when we decided to get married, I said, probably maybe a year before I got married, I was like, okay, let's start trying. We might as well go ahead and get the ball rolling. Everybody keep asking. Might as well. We getting married, making them happy getting married. So, because that definitely was making other people happy. I'm not sure how happy that made us because we aren't together anymore. But we gonna make everybody else happy. So let's go ahead and have a baby, right? So in the process, because I'm feeling pressured, I'm stressed, I'm getting impatient, like, so start trying. Immediately start trying. And not to say that I wasn't trying before, but I wasn't intentionally trying, right? So, it then it became, it was the wedding, and then probably after that, I will remember one person, y'all going on y'all honeymoon, girl, you gonna get pregnant? No, I'm not. Like, I don't want to. But I was like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get pregnant because this is the thing that I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to get married. I'm supposed to get pregnant. And that is what how life is supposed to be for a woman, right? That's because in the back of my head, all I hear is, when are you gonna get pregnant? When are you gonna have a baby? When are you gonna do this? So go on, get married, and then it's like, all right, again, trying, but not intentionally trying, and it just wasn't happening. So imagine you're trying to get pregnant on one side, and then you walk into Easter dinner, and everybody's like, "You pregnant yet? Why you ain't pregnant yet? Oh, you picked up some weight. What? You pregnant? Oh, look at you! You getting a little thick there. You pregnant yet? Like, what? Come on, are you kidding me?" So that was pressure, and I was triggered. So what did I do? All right, this ain't working how we want it to work. So let me go and say, let me go to the doctor, right? Because still, in my mind, you're not getting pregnant when everyone is telling you to get pregnant. This is like the craziest thing. When I think back, this has to be the absolute craziest thing that I could have thought of. Like, what was I thinking to allow people to pressure me to doing something that I wasn't ready for? And not only that I wasn't ready for, but God wasn't ready for it to happen. So what was going on? So now, you know, I'm pressured, got pressured to have a baby. That's it's pressure. It's trigger pressure. And I'm pressured to have a baby. Get married so I can have a baby. And it's not happening. So I mean I can only you guys can only imagine what that how that makes somebody feel. That is like it feels like it's taking a piece of you away because it's not happening. And so, like in the next episode, I'm gonna talk about my journey through fertility because it wasn't happening, but I was in it, and I was just so pressured by everybody. Like, why do people like? I still, for the life of me, don't understand why people do this. And so, yeah, like, and men go through it too. Like, all like people, please just stop. It's not, you're not doing anything. People use it as a conversation starter. It's not a conversation starter. How about, hi, how are you doing? Not, hey girl, when y'all gonna have a baby? What kind of conversation starter is that when you don't know what that person has gone through? You don't know what they have been through. Keeley said, I don't know why people want kids. I look, I don't know why they keep asking me, do I want another one? Because I can't even keep up with the one I got. So, like, come on. But I just want, that was just something that was on my heart um, to talk about because I've been through it. And it's like, yeah. And so for me, it was hard. It was just so, it was bad because I'm trying. Like, I'm trying. Like, taking my temperature and fertility shots and this, that, and the fourth. And it wasn't working. And it made me sad. Probably even a little touch of, well, I'm not going to say probably, but yes, a little touch of depression. And I think, like, and I will talk about depression and anxiety, but I believe that that was like my first bout with depression. That shit sucks bad. Like, bad. And I'm usually one to say, like, snap back, but that was something that I couldn't even snap back at. Like, it was bad. I couldn't even snap back because I didn't know what to say or how to say it or when to say it, right? So it's hard. So I just like encourage everybody to just, if you know, Don't use that as a conversation starter. Please don't use that as a conversation starter. Um, People feel when you ask people that question, and I will even say for myself, I felt defensive. I'm like, and I'm gonna go through the comments when I finish, but I became defensive, and when people would ask me, I would front my face up and be like, "What?" Um, it's tough. It is tough, and then this is the one thing that I definitely can say. The bottom line is it's none of your fucking business. Sorry, I had to say it. But it's nobody's business. Stop asking that question. Yes, Sydney, folks definitely have to create boundaries. Yes, and you're right. You're right. And you say that all the time. And I appreciate that. And I have started creating boundaries because of you saying this. Like, people have to create boundaries for other people because they don't create them. So when somebody asks you that question, there are a couple things that you can do. One, you can walk away because you don't deserve, you don't owe them an explanation. You can walk away. And if they don't like it, the hell with them. They don't have to like it. Two, and somebody said this when I posted, they said, when you can say, when God is ready for me to have. Three, you can say, right now we're not trying. Four, you can say, that's none of your business. Yeah, you might want to say with all due respect, but it's just, you don't have to say with all due respect. You could just tell them that it's none of your business. Like, it's just none of your business. And I don't know why people don't understand that everything is not everybody's business, you know. So I just, I had that on my heart to come and share with you guys because it's just that was tough. And so this series is about love and basketball, and it's about unconditional love and the journey for me with me and my son. And that was the first part. The first part of the story is when you gonna have a baby, and the amount of pressure that people put on me to have a child. It was very hard, and it is very hard when you're asked this question over and over again, and you can't get pregnant for with whatever reason, whether it's the man, the woman, neither one. God said no, and I don't think that people understand, like, with fertility and infertility issues, um, that makes you feel like you lack some type of control. So you lack control of, like, you don't have control of that, right? You don't have. Yeah, Shantae, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. But with the fertility piece, you don't have control. We grow up and people buy us doll babies. And what do? We take care of the babies. We feed the babies. We change the babies. This is why I have a daughter. She probably would never get a doll baby. But we set women up to say, this is what you're going to do. I believe that wholeheartedly, that we set girls up to be like, yep, let me give you a doll baby so you can feed the baby and you can change the baby. We set women up to say, yep, you're going to be a mom. And that's not the reality for everybody. Everybody is not going to be a mom. Everybody doesn't want to be a mom. Everybody that wants to be a mom may not be able to be a mom. So that's one thing that I feel has to stop. My daughter ain't getting no baby doll babies, baby dolls, baby alive, none of that shit. Absolutely none of it. Because no. Now what I will buy her is a calculator or a cash register or something to have her, we gonna make this money, but in the right way to make the money. But nah, I'm not doing that. We set women up, and when those things don't happen for you, then you start to feel like less of a woman. Like the one thing I will say was I'm gonna buy her baby alive, and I'm gonna kick that baby alive right out. Um, the one thing I will say is that my sister baby, forget what I was gonna say. Talking about she gonna buy her a baby alive. No, you will not. I'm gonna kick that baby alive. Um, being pregnant and having a baby bump does not define you as a woman. Like that don't make you a woman. And I think a lot of people are like, have had people thinking like, yeah, because we grow up because we take care of these babies and we see women with babies and you say, think about when you were growing up. When I grow up, you want to be a mommy, right? Like you like I'm gonna be a mommy. How many times do kids play house? Like the right way to play house, not the wrong, not the wrong way to play house. But how many times do kids, they play house, and the little girl is always the mommy. I'm gonna be the mommy. Why? Y'all have a mommy. Be friends. You don't need to be the mommy right now. Oh yeah. It's definitely trash mothers. That's a that's a whole 5 hour. That's a whole conference, Nikita. um, yeah, Sydney and Keeley, y'all need to connect because y'all these kids. But like, we the kids play house and then they want to be somebody want to be the mommy and somebody want to be the daddy. Why? Why you gotta play house? Why can't you play business? Why can't you play come into my store and buy some candy? We put so much pressure on young girls that grow up and want to become moms and have a hard time doing it. That's what I'm saying. Like the bottom line, like it's pressure, and it's like you feel like you're less of a woman. I'm gonna tell you like that. That's the problem. You asking these people these questions, and the men may feel even the same way. I don't know. I'm not a man. I don't know how they feel. I never asked my baby daddy how I feel. That seems like I need to read this. Um, yes, Miss Brooks, because if it was not for you, a lot of, as females, when I have the guidance that we should have now, at the end of the day, you actually gave us an outlet to help us understand how to be better parents, how to model kids. Now, yeah, like, so let me, I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, like, it's just, when you ask that question, it's a lot of it's a lot of pressure for women. And like I said, I don't, maybe a lot of pressure for men as well. But I know for myself, it was so much pressure. And I still sometimes have a hard time dealing with that question. I'm going to be very honest with you. I do have a hard time dealing with the question because, I still feel pressure because I had, and when am I going to have another baby? Like, I'm getting to an age where I shouldn't even think about having kids. Or do I want another baby, right? Like, so, and I know we all get baby fever from time to time, but the amount of pressure that the people put on you and that make you feel like you're less than because you didn't do something that they said you should do, like, I, I try not to curse because I don't want to curse. But fuck them. I'm sorry. Said it. Like you don't have to live for them, and that's hard. That's hard when you've grown up saying when I grow up I'm gonna be a mommy. And then you're trying and you hear these people say, when you gonna have a baby? When you gonna do this? When you gonna do that? When you gonna do that? You try. You have a miscarriage. You're depressed. You try. You can't get pregnant. You're depressed. But you're depressed because other people put this pressure on you by asking that stupid question that they ask all the time. Nikita said, what about the couples who may be putting pressure on each other because one is ready and the other? Sis, you better come on. You better come on. Like what about like yeah, what do you do? That's real, Nikita. That is real. What do you do when your husband or your child's father or the child mother want a baby and you like, nah sis, I ain't ready for that. What do you do? Do you leave them? Do you stay? Like what do you do? Or what do you do when the man want kid? Did I just say that? I think this tequila's getting to me. But like what do you do? What if somebody I wouldn't know what I wouldn't know what to do because I feel like this and I'm not married. But when I get married again, so I'm getting married again, um, I wonder how that would work. Dang, that's good, Nikita. That made me think. I'm gonna have to think on that one. That's good. I don't have an answer for that, but I doubt I wouldn't want to be in that situation. Cindy said, have a serious conversation like this ain't happening because of period. Okay. Dang. Well, somebody out here is in that situation. Guess what? I would love to hear from you. Please DM me so we can talk because that's a conversation. That is definitely a conversation. And and that's funny because when you start dating, that is a question that comes up. Like for me, I am dating. No, I'm not. I think I'm dating. I ain't dating nobody. But there is a question when you talk to people, like honestly, when you talk to people, you say, so do you want kids? I do ask that question. Do you want kids? And people like, no, I'm good. Or I have enough type of thing. But and so for me, that's not a turn off, right? That's not a turn off. But for other people, that could somebody says no, they don't want any kids, then that could be exit stage left. They like, oh yeah, you don't want no kids, next, type of thing. So yeah, that's right, Brandy. That's why I had a dog too. Excuse me, but my dog died. Sorry. I'm trying to go back to these to the comments because I feel like I missed. See, that's why I need an assistant because I need the assistant to pin these comments for me. Assistant, you still here? I can't wait. I'm gonna have an assistant next week. Um, yes, you have to date with intention. Like I'm going to date with intention too. All right, Nikita, no, R.I.P. Cole, get out of here. Um, so yeah, that's my spiel on that question. I hate that question. Oh my gosh, Shantae, yes, he's gone, child. He's gone. He died last year. We're not gonna make this about y'all gonna stop coming for my dog. Y'all gonna stop coming for my dog. Um, but so that's just my spiel and how I feel about that question. That question is if you got anything from this live, um, just know that don't let somebody pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do or that you're not ready to do. And don't let those thoughts of people you keep hearing those things in the back of your mind. If I can't even look at this live because I keep saying Cohen. Y'all better stop playing with me. I'm trying to wrap up so we can talk about some other stuff. But look, if that is what, if you don't let people pressure you into doing anything that you are not ready to do, and just because they are, no, they didn't say they didn't tell me 2 minutes yet, Key like, but I don't want them to cut me off. So don't let people pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do. Don't let people pressure you into feeling any less than a woman. You are a woman. If that's what you choose to be, you are a woman. I'm gonna leave that like that because I don't want to get into all that stuff. That's not what I'm talking about tonight. But you are don't let people make you feel like less of a woman because of one thing, and that's having a baby. Please don't. That that is a bad feeling. It is a very the feeling that's a feeling that I would never want anyone to go through. And I have nieces and a great niece and a great niece on the way, and I never want them to feel like less of a woman because they didn't give birth. And I'm gonna say that again, because they didn't give birth to a child. Because I'm gonna be very clear, and like Nikita said, we know with some trash mothers out here. Anybody, you can give birth to a baby. You could do that. People could do that. There are people out here that do that for a living. But that don't mean that you a mother. So we need to be clear about that. Um, but yeah, don't let nobody make you feel that you're less of a woman because you can't get pregnant, or you less of a man because you haven't gotten your girlfriend pregnant. No. It will happen in time, and it will happen how God sees fit for it to happen. Period. Like, that's it. You know. And look, if you are feeling that way, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a psychologist, but I'm a human being who has been through this. And if you're feeling that way, shoot me an email. Like, let's talk about it. Like, because, and Keelay said this today. We gotta encourage and support each other. And I feel like this is the environment. I would like for this to be in the environment that we do that. Because we don't do that a lot. Y'all women, as black women, we look at the girl and be like, all right. But there are certain things that are near and dear to my heart, like being a mom or trying to become a mom for whatever reason you want to become a mom. So if you're going through that right now, definitely send me a DM and let me know. Like, and that's between you and I. I'm not gonna be like, oh girl, let me tell you, this girl said that she is sad and depressed because she can't have a baby. That ain't nobody's business at all. So please, I beg you, like, don't let people make you feel like any less of a woman because you can't get pregnant in their time or when they think that it's right. Because that's not their call. That's between God when He decides to tell you that that's it. See, she got to go pick up her kid. Y'all want to stop? Look, my child not even here, and he called me today talking about can you bring my controller? No, I cannot. I'm going live tonight. Sorry, you will charge that controller up. Figure it out. So, um, yeah, y'all, don't let people do that to you. And for those of you that are on here that ask that question, stop asking that question. Stop it. That is rude. Don't ask people that question. Find something else to be a conversation starter. What's your favorite color? What I ain't seen you in 5 years. You changed your hair and the hairstyle's still the same. Find another conversation starter because when you gonna get pregnant, when you having a baby, sis, is not the conversation starter. When are you having another baby? Oh, you're going to. Ah, you got two boys. I know you're gonna give him a girl. Give your husband a girl. No, not me, but I don't have a husband. But I know that that's what people are saying. Like, come on. Like, and I do it. I would look. I do it because I've done it to Keeley and I've done it to Sydney. Like, come on, let's have another baby. That's just because I want babies, but I don't have a husband. They got husbands, so they can go have babies for me. But like, yeah, we gotta stop. We gotta stop doing that. And everybody, we want to be better people out here. We definitely want to be better people out here, and like I said, continue to build each other up. Um, so that's my spiel. Like that's what it is. Um, don't ask people that question. And if somebody asks you that question, you don't have to answer them. You tell them to mind their business. Okay? Simple. Period. You say that's none of your business. Thank you. Or walk away. But you don't have to answer that. All right. So I'm not going anywhere right yet, and I didn't get to read the comments. But again, as I wrap up, if you have questions, you can put them in the question box, and I will answer those questions. Next week's episode is going to be a follow up of this. As I explained to you guys that I was asked that question. This is the journey. This is the journey, me and my son's journey. Um, and I am going to, this is where it starts. It starts right here. Restart, come back. Oh, no. It's not going to cut off. I think I got like 10 minutes because I came on a little late. This is where the journey starts. This is where I begin to feel pressured and less, and I began to feel pressured to have a baby. Although I wanted a baby, it wasn't happening like I wanted it to happen, but I began to feel pressure. So with that pressure comes trying. And my trying to get pregnant is a lot different from many women out here. So on the next episode, we will explore my journey of getting pregnant and how that worked out for me. I mean, I have a son, so either it worked out or it didn't work out. And for those of you that know, it still worked out either way. But we're going to talk about fertility and the pros and the cons of doing fertility treatments. There are a lot of things that go along with fertility through the long run. Like there's when you do take fertility drugs, be it shots or pills, whatever they have you take, there are some things that happen to your body. So I'm going to share some of those things with you guys. My niece said, if y'all could hear my son crying over here, y'all wouldn't want kids anymore. If they keep her son, they won't want kids ever. He's like permanent birth control. Trust me. If you want to try out being a mom, you could come get my nephew. You will never want a kid again. But I love him. My great nephew at that. But so we're gonna go through. That's on episode. This is actually the first episode. This is a pregame warm up. So quarter one is fertility, and we're gonna dive into fertility and the effects, pros and the cons. I am I'm gonna work on this website tonight because there are some things that I want to share that I want to share only with my BFF tribe, right? I want to share that with you guys. It's very personal, even though I'll be on here, but we might have to have an after conversation. But there are some personal things that I'm going to share, and I'm gonna be on here and I'm gonna say it because I'm gonna tell you how it is, and I'm gonna tell you what really happened. So you don't want to miss that. So please make sure you tell a friend. Please, I'm so excited to see so many people on here. This really makes me happy. Even though I had technical difficulties, and I gotta go back and apologize to my tribe, but and hopefully if you were on the website and you came to IG, I hope that worked. But I will post this on the website. So if you could please go to www.urbanbougie.com. That is pinned in the comments. If you have questions, go ahead and drop some questions. We have about 7 more minutes left. Um, hey, oh my gosh, I still have to order my stuff. I've been engulfed in this. Like this has been my life for the last couple of weeks. So I gotta get my outfit because I gotta get my outfit for my photo shoot. But yeah, we'll talk about that next week. So quickly, this weekend, I'll be posting some blog posts. I'm working on this really awesome post that I think you guys are gonna love, and the title is "Why Do We Hate the Kardashians?" Um, I'm excited to write about this because there's been a lot of talk about the Kardashian West family, and I've been doing my research on the Kardashian West family. And I want to know why. Thank you guys. Thanks so much. Thank you. Hey D. I want to know why people hate the Kardashians so much. Hmm. That's like a whole. We could talk for days about that one, honey. Let me tell you. Um. But what's your side? What side you want first? I'm not telling. I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna tell what side I'm on. But it's gonna be good. So I've been writing that. It's a little long, but I think you guys will like it. I have mixed feelings about the Kanye West situation. My mother calls them the Kardashians. Yeah, look, my mother don't like them, and if y'all know my mother, she be like, "Those whores." I be like, "Stop it, lady." Um, but I've been having like some serious. I've been having conversations with people about the whole Kanye situation, and it's really sad. So yeah, that's what sparked me to write it. Because I wonder why people don't like the Kardashians. I don't I can't even get it out. I don't know why they don't like them, but I'm interested to know. I want to know. Um, I've heard started a whole conversation that's gonna go longer. Yeah, because I had comments. Key like, what you gotta say about brother Kanye? If y'all want me to say, look, I ain't got no kids and I got drink. And I can stay on. If y'all want to stay on, I can stay on too. Like I can edit this up tomorrow. So if y'all want to stay on, I can stay on. Cause it's a whole thing. But let's talk about it. So here's what I'll do. I will y'all. I love y'all energy. Y'all fire. Let me see your shirt, sis. Oh, okay. Yeah. Um, After hours, yeah. So I don't want to say that, Brandy, because I'm like got my blanket and stuff. But this is look, my phone, my phone is gonna die. Brandy, this is some another Urban Bougie shirt that I have. Um, so that's another shirt that's coming. Sorry, gotta get my tripod back. That's another shirt that is coming soon. Um, so yeah, be on the lookout. Let me fix my camera. So look, I will. I don't really, we could just chat about it right now. But so this is what I'll do. I will. I'll log off and come back because I want to. Then this is gonna help me um with what I have to say. So it's valuable information. So I'm gonna log off and I'm gonna come right back. Give me just stay tuned. Um, and let's I want to chat it up with my BFFs. I'm loving this vibe. So how about this? Everybody, go get your refill because I got my refills down here. But go get your refill. Come right back, and let's do a little mommy after dark hour or time. All right. So see you guys. I'm coming right back. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. This is episode 2, and it has been amazing. All because of you. Don't forget to check out www.urbanbougie.com. And if my assistant is on here, please send me your information in the DM so we can talk and we can work something out. Thank you guys. Love you, love you, love you. See you guys in a second.